So hello everyone, and I truly hope you had a nice, enjoyable, beautiful weekend. The weather was pretty nice. So there was a question about homework 2 on chapter 2, problem 6, and it basically says, suppose that in 2019, Global launches an aggressive marketing campaign that boosts sales by 15%. So the sales are going to go up by 15%, right? Over the sales from 218. However, their operating margin falls from 5.57 to 4.5. Okay? Suppose that they have no other income, interest expenses are unchanged, and taxes are the same percentage of pre-tax income as in 2018. So here's the table. I brought up the table. Table 2.2, and this is it right here. So here's all the numbers for 2018, right? So here's the sales. Now this is going to go up by 15% for 2019, right? So but their operating margin is going to fall from 5.57 to 4.5. So what they want to know is what is the numbers for 2019. They want to know what is their earnings before interest and taxes, right? Which is the new number for this. What is their income in 2019? And if their PE ratio, price to earnings on the stock, and number of shares outstanding, which is 3.6 million, don't change, what is global share price in 2019? All right, so we got all these numbers here. Let me bring this up, and I'll show this to you. All right, so for part A, you can see here is EBIT, right? EBIT is basically the operating margin, right? So if I go to EBIT, it's the operating margin right here, right? Times the revenues, right? So if I take my operating margin, which is 0.045, and I multiply, now I got to increase that by 15% here, right? It says sales went up 15%. And I multiply that by 186.7 million from 2018, right? So as you can see, the operating margin has gone down. Over here it was 5.57, and now it's 4.5. So the EBIT is now 9.66 million by this instead of 10.40, which it was in 2018. So EBIT has gone down. Even though sales have gone up, the operating profit margin has gone down because this is smaller. So that was the answer for part A. All you had to do was multiply operating margin times revenue, which is one of the ratios, which we'll go over more. I don't think we went over these too deeply. All right, and then B, they want to know what their global, what was their income in 2019, right? So the net income, which is right here, the very bottom, right? Net income, right? Is EBIT, the new EBIT, right? Minus the interest, minus the taxes. So we have the new EBIT right here. So all we do is take this new EBIT and subtract the interest, and we subtract the taxes here. And we get the net income is 1.45 million instead of 2 million, right? So we took off the 7.7 million in interest expense. That didn't change, right? And then we took off the taxes. Okay. And we ended up with 1.45 million for the net income. All right, next. They want on C, if their PE ratio and number of shares don't change, right? This stays the same. This stays the same. What is their share price in 2019? So the share price is simply the PE ratio times the earnings per share, right? Earnings on the bottom, earnings on the top, right? And this will give you price per share. So if I take the PE ratio, which is one of the ratios, and multiply that by earnings per share, right? So here's the earnings, which we got from here, right? The new earnings. And the number of shares didn't change. The share price is now $10.15. So there was three equations here. One for A, this one here, right? This one here, right? And these are ratios again, which we'll go over, and this one right here. So that's it. So that's all you had to do. And again, we'll spend more time. All right, I'll see you Tuesday.